How's it going, guys? It's Sam here and welcome to my YouTube channel. Earlier this week I did a video about our sales systems in our agency, and I asked you guys in the comments or to leave a comment, let me know what kind of video you guys wanted to see next. And the vast and overwhelming majority of people were asking for Facebook ad strategies, basic Facebook ad strategies for local businesses, what we use. So that's what I'm doing. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly how to structure your Facebook ads. So not only am I going to be showing you the ads that we use in our agency or similar ones, I'm not going to be showing you all the ads that we do for obvious reasons, but I'm going to go behind the scenes of one particular product, one particular ad account. And what I'm also going to do, which is really important, which I think a lot of people neglect, and a lot of the comments I've seen and questions I get, I think some people just don't understand this, is the basic metrics behind a successful campaign. Basically, if you want to get paid by your clients, you need to understand some key metrics. I think a lot of people misunderstand that. So I'm going to go through that in this video. So we're going to start off talking about the metrics, the numbers, and then we're going to go into a bit more detail about, the exact copy, the exact creatives, how to structure your ad account, how to set it up. So I'm not sure how long this video will be. I'll try and keep it under 15-20 minutes, but we'll see. So we're going to start by I'm going to jump into my screen now, and we're going to start by overviewing the funnel. Now, obviously, I'm going over in this particular video, I'm structuring one of our funnels that we're using for our agency. So you have to kind of understand that your funnel might be slightly different depending on what product you're doing. You guys might be doing messenger campaigns. It might be going to a sales team. It might be just online sales. Every agency is structured differently. We are a lead generation agency. I mean, ultimately, we're a growth agency. We help companies grow. We help provide more revenue. If we don't provide more revenue, we don't get paid. So I'm going to go over the structure that we use. And this is probably the structure for 90% of agencies that are doing at least lead generation campaigns anyway. So we're going to go through this in more depth. So first one is obviously the Facebook ad, the traffic source, whether that be Google ads, Facebook ads, TikTok ads, Taboola, whatever you guys are using. That's your traffic source. The second one is obviously where you're collecting that information. So whether that be a lead capture form, a landing page, a sales page, an advertorial, that is the second metric. And that metric is that metric you're going to be tracking is the conversion rate, which is the second stage, is the confirmation page. So after the lead opts in, they go to the confirmation page. Usually will get contacted, emailed, messaged. There's some sort of contact step that the customer's going to get. And then with us, it goes from phone conversation to appointment to sale. Now, this might change some of our clients. This might change to, for example, it might go phone, appointment, and then it might be design, and quote. So, for example, with Garden Studios, usually there's an extra step involved, which is actually, okay, we go to the appointment, we find out more about the information the customer wants, the product they want, and then we provide a free design and quote, send that design and quote to the customer, and then there's a sale because it's a slightly more expensive product. So, obviously, there's differences here, and it's important as an agency that you track all of these steps, because the ultimate goal here is to get to the sale metric. You want to make the client money. If you make the client money, you make money. It's as simple as that. Or however you're charging, it doesn't matter. Like, if they'll stay longer if they're making money. So you need to know the stats at these stages. And you might not know this at early stages. So that's why I'm making this video. So we're going to go over some of the key metrics, the numbers. So this is something I just cobbled together just before this video. I don't need to be looking at this now. I know these stats. We have our own ways of tracking this internally, which I'm going to go through. But we're going to go through one example, because I think the biggest mistake a lot of beginners make when it comes to growing a company, a consulting agency, whatever you're doing, is like budget. Right? If you've got a £200 budget from a client, it might not be enough. Okay, if they're selling products that are worth £5,000, for example, windows and doors, or a roofing company, or several products that are worth £5,000. It could be a car dealership, it could be whatever it is. If the product's £5,000, £200 just might not be enough. I'm going to show you why. So for £200, let's say on Facebook, that gets you about 10,000 impressions. At 1% click-through rate, which is hard these days, being honest. Facebook and depending on what platform you're on, Facebook's quite challenging. But like, let's go with the 1% click-through rate, which should be a standard. That's 100 clicks. If your landing page converts 10%, which is a good conversion rate from paid traffic, okay, that's 10 leads. That's £20 a lead. Not bad, okay? Now, if they convert 40% of those leads into a sales appointment, that's quite a good number. You guys it's not going to be 90%. Okay, anywhere from 30 to 60%, I would consider a good number. That's 4 appointments. If they've got a 25% appointments to close ratio, that means they're sitting 4 sales appointments in a day. One of them is buying. Okay, remember, it's an expensive product. We're not selling £300 facial treatment. Okay, that's £5,000 sale for £200. Not bad. Okay, but let's say we only this isn't quite what we expect it to be, and this sales appointment conversion rate is only 25%. Well, that's not enough to even make a sale. Okay, so you need to know these stats, and going into a sales conversation with a potential customer, okay, it's important to know these stats and have some idea of what we're shooting for. If the customer has a £5,000 order value, well, I think it's reasonable to say to them, hey, how about £1,000 of our budget or £500 of our budget? That's enough, and if we get 1 sale, it's a success. Okay, now if we got a goal of 50 grand, then we're going to need to spend, if our cost per acquisition is 200, we're going to need to spend £2,000. £2,000 will mean 100,000 impressions, which will mean 1,000 clicks, which will turn to 100 leads. That will turn to 40 appointments. That will turn to 10 sales. That's 50 grand. So this is really important because you might not know these stats when you start, but if you're tracking these stats, when you go to that client at the end of the first month, or the end of the first 2 weeks, or in the first 3 weeks, whatever it might be, wherever your sales cycle is, you can go to them and go, hey, we've spent £300, we've made 2 sales. This is great. Now, if we spend, £2,000, we might make 10 sales. Okay, and you can go to them, you can explain this concept to them, you can break it down for them nice and simply. And before people ask me for this spreadsheet, you can make this yourself. It's super simple. It's just basic formulas. You can see here, it's basic formulas. You can go to them and you can show them these stats, and it's much easier to justify charging them £1,000, £2,000, £3,000 a month when you can show them the growth than just saying, hey, it's now going to be £2,000 a month. They don't have a clue what they're paying for. You have to show them the future, and this is the best way of doing that. So it's really important you understand the stats. Let's see this in action. Okay, this is an active client sheet. For obvious purposes, I'm just going to move this over here so you guys can't see the contacts. I've changed the name of the clients for obvious reasons. But you can see this client's been with us for quite some time, maybe 6 to 12 months. I wouldn't know the exact numbers. But you can see over that time we've generated 750 leads. 70% have picked up the phone. Okay, so 30% of them, 1 in 3 almost, aren't answering the call. They're not getting through to them. It's pretty normal. Okay, we'd usually see it's a bit higher, but in this instance it's 70%. So 525 phone conversations. Out of those phone conversations, 58% of them have booked an appointment, which is 41% of all the leads. Okay, so if they get 10 leads, they're getting 4 sales appointments. Out of those sales appointments, they're closing 43%, which is good. So overall, 17% conversion rate. Now, this is really important because you can take this 17%, and what you can do is you can times it by the amount it's costing you to get an inquiry. So you can say, okay, it's costing £30 to get an inquiry, and 17% of those are booking for an appointment. You can then calculate exactly how much a lead's worth based on the average order value here, which is 4,500. So they've had 750 leads, they've closed £580,000 of revenue. Let's say it was costing us £30 to get an inquiry. So if we took the leads and times that by 750, that's 22 grand. 22 grand to get £580,000 worth of sales equals 22. We take our total revenue figure and then divide that by the 22,000. There you go. That's not right. That's £26. That's £26 a lead. £30 a lead. I'm messing these metrics up. It doesn't really matter. If it's costing £30 to get a lead, and we've had 750 of them, you can then go to the ad budget, figure out how much a lead's costing, figure out how much revenue you're making, and then you can then predict the future quite easily. I didn't pre-plan that, so that's why I didn't have those stats, and I'm not a calculator. Okay. Anyway, so we now know the funnel. We now know how important these stats are. We then need to understand our product. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to pull up. I'm actually going to drag this over here. This is the ad account I'm going to be showing you guys. So I'm going to pull that in there, and then I'm going to close this down. Okay, so we need to understand the product. Now, I'm not going into too much detail here. Most local business products are quite simple. The main thing you need to understand is the pain points the customer has, the benefits of those pain points, the benefits of that product which solves those pain points. You don't want to talk straight away about features. I'm going to show you some examples in a minute. So we've taken here Garden Studios. If you don't know what a Garden Studio is, you can Google it. It's basically one of these, which is a like a cladded external room that goes into the garden. It's an expensive product, but we need to focus not on the price of the product, but on the benefits and alternatives and stuff like that. So if we go to our notes, so these are just some things I pulled together, which you'll see in the ad copy, we kind of represent quite clearly. What are the key benefits? Extra living space, and you can break this down. A quiet office space, a playroom for the kids, chill out space to host guests. Remember, every person on Facebook is different, so utilizing these different benefits is going to help you. So some people might resonate with office space, some people might resonate with playroom for the kids, some people might resonate with chill out space to host guests. Everyone might have a different use for this space, so you want to kind of play on those benefits. Added property value, again, if people are going to spending thousands and thousands of pounds on a garden studio, then justifying that with added property value is going to help them make that decision. Over 50% more affordable than extending. Okay, a great benefit. People are buying extra space for their home. Extending is going to cost a lot more money, and it's going to have essentially the same end result. It's a fully insulated, enjoyable space, and it's a lot cheaper. And then the final benefit I've got here is quick to install. Installed in 1 to 3 weeks versus 3 to 9 months for extending. And then obviously the features. Now we do mention features in our ad copy, but it's secondary. Okay, we always start with the benefit, and then we talk about features afterwards. So here I've got a variety of cladding options, so different external cladding options to make the room look different. Install within 4 weeks, free 3D design with every free quote, 25-year guarantee on installations, and spread the cost with 0% finance. So those are the kind of 5 features. Usually I go 3 to 6 features that we'll talk about in any particular ad campaign. And then finally, we're going to look at the ad structure, okay, guys? So it's very simple. It's very, very simple. I'm not going to go into what tools I'm using, what landing pages I'm using. I'm going to show you the landing page I'm using, but I'm not going to go into depth. I'm not going to go into pixel setup and stuff like that. There's plenty of YouTube videos out there that teach you how to do this stuff for free. It's easy. But in this video, I'm going to show you our campaign structure and how you'll be able to see how basic this campaign structure really is. One campaign, okay? One campaign is a conversions campaign, which is a landing page with a tracking pixel. That's how we convert a lead, and that's how we track a lead. Ad targeting, you can see we've got one ad set. There's no fancy targeting here. We're just targeting homeowners. Most local businesses, their target audience, so let's say you're doing cosmetics, it's going to be women. If you're doing restaurants, it's going to be everyone, basically. If you're doing roofing, it's going to be homeowners. Facebook is good enough at finding your ideal customer, where in most cases you can just do gender and age and location and then let Facebook do its thing. So you can see here, we've got age 40 plus, and this was made on 17th of October. So it's a website, we're tracking the lead pixel, and you can see here that we're targeting just a simple 50-mile radius around this place's location, which is in Scotland. So super basic, okay? Age 40 to 65, purely based on the fact that people over 40 have more money to spend on things like these, and usually they own homes, whereas people in their 20s to 30s quite often don't own homes. So we're sticking with the 40 plus, all genders. That is literally it. We've left automatic placements on. I think you guys don't understand just how simple this stuff is and how basic this stuff is. It's not about your Facebook strategy. It's about your creative and your after sales and your automations and stuff like this. So you can see here, the way we structure our campaigns is we test a whole bunch of stuff. So we talk about videos, images, slideshows, swipe before and afters. As you can see here, it's mainly just images that we're using. I'll maybe show you another one so you can see. But if we go back to our notes here, we've got extra living space, quiet office space, playroom for the kids, chill out space, added property value. And if we pull up one of these ads, you can see this is a working from home. So work from home, create the perfect home office. And if we go to a different one, this one says add space to your home. If we go to, these are mostly work from home. I'm not sure if we tested any other ones, but we might just use simple grid images here. We've got, that's it, the basics of it. And then what we do is we throw all of these into one ad. We sometimes have anywhere from 8 to 15 ads in one ad set, and this may not be the way a lot of people or gurus show you how to do it, and you may consider it to be basic, but it works. Okay, so we're going to quick look at this ad copy, and we're going to show you why it's working. So, looking for more space within your home, but an alternative to an expensive and time-consuming home extension. Again, one of those key benefits that we mentioned. They're looking for extra space, and this is the main reasonings. This is the main benefit that we're focusing on this ad. And then we're talking about the features. So our garden rooms are completely bespoke, much cheaper than loft conversion or extension, increase the resale value of your home, come with a 10-year guarantee, and 0% finance, approved in just 5 minutes. Ready to get started with a free quote? Here's what you need to do, and we just give them steps 1, 2, and 3. There's no particular offer in this ad. With home improvements products, we quite often don't run offers, and it works just fine. If we click through to this landing page, you're going to see just how basic this landing page is. Okay, here we go. So, yeah, simple. Logo, contact number, headline, multi-step survey, reviews, key benefits, and then some slideshows. They can just swipe through some of the example images. You don't need any more than this. You don't need a really swanky landing page. Okay, this converts at a really good rate. And if we check on mobile, it's mobile optimized, so it looks great on mobile as well. So we can see it here. And we like to use surveys because rather than just saying, hey, get a free quote, give us all your details, we're saying, cool, let's get you a free quote. What's your intended use for the room? Oh, it's a gym. What size room you're looking for? Under 120 meters, small, medium, large, extra large, medium. My time frame for this work is immediately, within 3 months, not sure, immediately. And then we collect their lead information. So if I put test in here, click get a quote. Your quote is confirmed, and then we just give them the steps as to what happens next. And there's a call button if they want to give the company a call. This then goes into that client's spreadsheet as a lead, as a unique row, or we use Go High Level for more advanced stuff, but I'm not going to go into that in this video. I'll talk about it in another video, but some of our clients still use these Google Sheets. Goes into a unique row. The client then updates us on did they pick up the phone, did they book an appointment, and did they buy? And then we just then track all these stats in here, so we can then see at the end of the month we have 40 leads. We got you 3 orders. You know, we can see we got you 15 appointments, and we can track these stats really clearly. If the client's appointment rate is really high, but the sales rate is really low, then we know it's a sales problem. If the pickup rate's really high, but the appointment rate's really low, we know it's a phone sales problem. If the pickup rate's really low, then there's something we need to do to improve the pickup rate, and that might be contact time, that might be, you know, the number they're calling on. It might be sending an automated SMS message, letting them know who's calling, what time. There's all these things you can do to improve, but if you don't know the numbers, you can't do anything about it. So it's really important that you track these numbers. We're obviously using Zapier just to send the lead data into this sheet, and I'm going to show you one more account that I'm going to pull up just to go through a bit more depth. Okay, let's look at this one. So this here is resin, which is like patios, pavings, driveways, that kind of stuff. I'm going to show you what we're doing for this client. So again, same structure, one ad set, and then we've got all our ads in here. And I think we might have a few more different variations in here. What we typically do is we're just pausing ads as they start fatiguing. So if you see some of these ads, you can see that they maybe, you know, they've started fatiguing, so we've just paused them. These ones here, we've just paused them and then introduced new ones. And sometimes after a week or two, we might go back and just resume some of these ads that have like previously worked but aren't working anymore. And if we just look at some of these ads, so they're really, really basic, a lot of them actually. The 2 clients I've shown you are very basic. We do have some, you know, we do have more complex, advanced video stuff that we do run. But here you go, before, after, don't overpay on a new driveway or patio, and then a simple ad copy, and then a simple landing page that collects the lead information as I showed you before. So here we've got what would you like a quote for? Driveway, patio, pathway, driveway, old and tired, what type of home, detached, when would you like to get started immediately, and then contact information here. And we're using an app called Leads Hook, which is a leads hook. I'll show you. But I don't want you guys to get bogged down in the, like, you know, tools that I'm using. Use whatever you want. You can use Go High Level, you can use ClickFunnels. It doesn't really matter. And if you can't create multi-step surveys, it's not essential. Like, you can still get really good results with just a simple contact form. Okay, and you can still get good results with Facebook lead forms. Okay, it's not just get started doing it. It doesn't have to be overly complex. Okay, obviously we've been doing this for a while, but this is Leads Hook. This is a tool. It's relatively affordable. So you guys can give that a crack if you want to. And we've actually had success using even just like Typeform surveys and stuff like that. So it doesn't have to be super complex. So let's have a quick look at these ads. Okay, so we've got that one. We've got grid image here that we're using. Pull that one up so I can show you guys. We've got, let's have a look what we've got. Here we go. So this is an example of a kind of a slider that we might run. So if we pull this one up, I can show you this one. Just to show you some of the videos that we do. We've got a full-time editor, obviously, which helps. But here, like, really eye-catching. And it's just swiping before and afters, like super basic. But these work really well. Before and after transformations, images, grid photos, 4x4 grids, really basic stuff. Just try it. The point is, You know, you might want to test two or three different copy angles. You might want to test 3 or 4 different images, a couple of videos. As long as your budget's decent enough, you can throw 10 ads in here and just see which one's working. You can see it's feeding out, and we can see that this one's got £13 cost per lead, this one's got £33, £25. So we can start to pause off, and if we know that this one's working, well then we can see what this is. If it's working really well, then just take the same ad, take the same image, try a different before and after with the same concept, try a different copy with the same image, try a different headline with the same ad. You can keep it super basic, okay? It's just like some things are going to work, some things aren't going to work that well. So just try some and then refresh them out when they stop working. That's Facebook. That's advertising in general. Okay, you need to get the basics down right. You need to get your copy good. You need to understand the product. You need to have a decent funnel. It needs to be clear. But otherwise, just test a bunch of stuff, okay? It's really, really that simple. Okay, cool. That's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. I'm just going to double check I've gone over everything. I've gone over setup and targeting. Offers. As I said, we don't always run offers, but offers can work really well. So I can probably show you guys an example of an offer that has worked quite nicely for us. Let's go to this client here. This is a no VAT offer that we're running. So I think the client covers 50% of the VAT, and it's for a limited time only. So if you're ever going to run offers, you want to make sure that it's a realistic offer. Don't give 50% off. No one's going to believe that. Give a realistic offer, so like a fixed price treatment, or a we cover your VAT, or a clearance sale. So for example, let's show you these ones. So let's pull this example up. There we go. So in this example, sorry, it's a VAT, a 50% reduction in VAT. So get a free design and fixed price today. Garden rooms, 50% off VAT before Christmas. So there's a deadline attached to it. And if we go to the landing page, if the guys have done it correctly, I believe there should be a countdown timer. Here we go. So there's no countdown timer, but it says inquire before Christmas for 50% off VAT. And again, same sort of landing page structure. So that's it, guys. That's pretty much everything. Thanks for watching this video. If you guys don't already know, you can go to the link in my bio, and I have a free email newsletter which I've just started. The first email I sent out was my top, I think it was 12 or 15 resources, so videos, books to start an agency, so it saves you guys some time. It's 100% for free. I'm not going to charge you a penny. This is all free. And my plan is eventually to get some sponsors and use some affiliates to kind of make this monetizable for myself. But for the time being, I'm just focused on producing the content and making it completely free for you guys. So help you guys grow your agency or your consulting or freelance business. I plan on basically taking all the information that gurus are selling and just giving it away for free, because I know most of it anyway. So yeah, so if you want to join that, the link's in my bio, description down below. 100% free, and I plan on writing 1 email per week. That's my plan. So and if I have more ideas, I'll send more emails. But otherwise, thanks for watching. And as always, leave comments down below. Let me know what you guys want to see next, because it really makes this a lot more useful for me to know what you guys want to see. And yeah, make sure you subscribe. Click the notification bell if you want to get notified when I post a video. Give this video a like, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Cheers.